Hi guys, how are you? Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday today. I hope you can hear me and see me. I'm inside my house. Actually, I'm in my office because I didn't want to go outside. I'm actually about to start drinking my coffee. But I'm coming on live because someone since last night is sending me messages that wants to see me. I'm here. I'm here. Maybe this message can help the person who's been messaging me since last night, wanting me to go live. So I really hope there's a message for this person here. This talk, I guess, I will say for today, is more geared towards men. How hard times create strong men. But then what? So hard times create strong men. But then what? You're strong. Then what? This is for my men out there. Let's talk about it. And if you're listening to this, I need you to leave me a comment and tell me what you think about the things that I'm saying. Right? I feel like it's dark in here, even though the sun is here, guys. Oh, and I have purple in my hair. So if you see that this is dirty, it's okay. Kumar! Hi, Kumar. How are you, Kumar? I'm just home, putting color in my hair and drinking my coffee. I haven't drank my coffee yet. But let's talk about this, Kumar. And if there's anything that you want to talk about, Kumar, you can let me know, okay? Harish Kumar, if there's anything you want to talk about, let me know. Let me see if I can put a sticker up here. Hold on. No, ñoño. ¿Qué está haciendo, baby? Hold on, guys. Let me right here. I hope you guys are doing well. It is Saturday, guys. Saturday morning. So we're talking about how hard times create strong men. But then what? I recently had a conversation with a man who said, I find peace in suffering. I'm built in chaos. And I realized how many men are quietly trapped in survival mode. They're calling this strength. Hi, Marcus. How are you? So I wonder, because I'm always here talking about, it's vice versa, men and women. But I wonder, since this topic is for men specifically, it could go either way. Some men grew up where pain was safety. Chaos became familiar. Welcome to Overcomer, Marcus. Thank you for joining. You joined the membership. Thank you so much, Marcus. Okay, so peace feels foreign and suspicious. When pain is all you know, it's all you known, right? Healing feels like weakness, especially for men. I say especially because us women, we find a friend and gives us an idea of, hi, you should do this. You should read this book. You should, and we might take it. Men, on the other hand, might be a little hesitant to accept the help or to do something to improve their situation. Women move on quick. Yes, Marcus. I mean, I think we're more open to healing. When we say healing, it's like reading books and, moving our bodies and doing things to elevate. For some reason, men are not so much, right? And it's not because it's weakness, but because it's unfamiliar. Like I said, hard times create strong men. So men grow up believing they have to work hard, they have to do this, they have to do that. There has to be pain and suffering in it in order for them, I don't know, to live. So the quote describes not ideals, right? The strong man quote is that I'm talking about. The quote describes cycles, not ideals. Strength is contextual. Staying in hardship forever is not strength. It's stagnation, you know. If hard times create strong men, then strong men are meant to create something better, not stay in the fire forever. Right? So why some men reject, like going to the gym, going to the spa, getting a massage, doing something nice for them? Regulation feels boring to a dysregulated nerve system. Calm can feel like emptiness. Self-care challenges identity, built on endurance. If you feel valuable when you're suffering, then peace feels like losing your purpose. Let me say that again. If you feel valuable when you're suffering or working hard, right? Because hard man, then peace feels like losing your purpose. You are not, and listen to me, for whomever's watching this, you are not a lost cause. You are a man who survived. But survival is not the final chapter. It's the beginning. You don't lose strength by choosing regulation. You gain longevity. Right? This isn't about forcing peace. It's about realizing you're allowed to evolve. You don't have to suffer to matter. So if this message challenged you, I want you to sit with it. Strength doesn't disappear when you rest. It matures. I want to know how many, oh my God, I brought my coffee. It's really because you women create the separation. We create the separation. Self-care is for those trying to get a spouse or significant other. So you believe, let's talk about that. So you believe that self-care is for someone who's looking for a partner? Let's talk about it, Marcus. It's morning here. It's 10 a.m., Kumar. You know what I can't believe? That I brought the spoon with the coffee. And now I have nowhere to put the spoon. I'm going to have to go to the kitchen. And I hope you guys can see me well. I feel like, what do you call it? I feel like the camera is like blurry. Is it just me? Maybe because the sun is in my face? I don't know. Come on, Marcus. Don't be shy now. Let's talk about it. he says self-care is for those who are looking for for a spouse. That's very interesting for you to think that way. Where is my... Trying to look for... Wow, that's very nice. Actually, let's get a message from the Bible, like we always do every morning. Let's see what God has to say about this. What does God have to say about this? It's 10:44 p.m. in India. Okay. So let's see what message God has for us. I need to get a charger. That's why I keep looking back. And I should be sitting outside having my coffee, but I don't feel like it. Plus, my hair is wet. Let's see. Okay, this is Proverbs 21. It's Proverbs 21. I haven't read Proverbs 21. As you can see, it's not highlighted, so I don't know what it says. I don't know what it says. Mac Davis. Good morning. Good morning, Mac Davis. How are you? How are you feeling? Guys, if you can see me well, let me know. Because I literally see myself very blurry on the phone. I don't know if it's dirty or what's the problem, but it looks blurry. It looks blurry. I'm okay. How are you? I'm okay. I'm just here. We're talking about how strong man. Let me see. Let me get the message for you. Maybe not. Hard times create strong men. That's what we're talking about. How hard times create strong men. And how some men say that they find peace in suffering. That they're built in chaos. What do you think about that, Mac Davis? You can see me very clearly. Thank you, Mac Davis. Marcus, am I barefoot? I'm always barefoot. Damien, how are you? Well, pleasant. Good morning to you, Miss Catalina. Good morning. How are you, Damien? I know I have been a little lost, but here I am. I guess I need to do these lives early in the morning in order for people in India to see it. I have to do it in the morning. But I have like slow mornings. Like still haven't had my coffee. I like to sit, have my coffee, you know, take my time. I don't like to rush. I feel like I don't want to rush and come and do a live. But I'm glad that I'm here. Jazz, how are you, Jazz? How are you? I guess you guys are all here today, huh? You're feeling great. You're doing well. I'm glad. I'm glad that you're doing well. Let me see what Proverbs 21 says. And if you know anything about Proverbs, let me know. Because it's not highlighted, so I haven't read it. I'm going to read what it says to see what I think about it, right? I mean, it's not that long. Proverbs 21. But let's see what this has to say. It says, in the Lord's hand, the king's heart is a stream of water, that the channel towards all who please him. A person may think their own ways are right, but the Lord weighs the heart. You can't make this up. So we're talking about hard times create strong men. We're talking about how men feel peace in suffering. How men said that they are built in chaos. The book of Proverbs, if you read it, you wise, really? You think so, Marcus? What do you think about this? You will be wise? Well, I'm liking this already, you know. A person may think their own ways are right, but the Lord weighs their heart. So you may think that you're right, right? Let's read it. To do what is right and just is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. So when we talk about suffering and chaos, hardy eyes and a proud heart, the unplowed field of the wicked produce sin. The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. A fortune made by a lying tongue is a fleeing vapor and a deadly snare. The violence of the wicked will drag them away, for they refuse to do what is right. It just keeps saying how you should do what is right. This is nice. I like it. Proverbs 21. I like it. The way of the guilt is devious, but the product of the innocent is upright. Better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Ah! Wow. Marcus, is this what you're talking about? The wicked crave evil. Their neighbors get no mercy from them. When a mocker is punished, the simple gain wisdom. By paying attention to the wise, they get knowledge. So pay attention to the wise so you can get some knowledge. You know? God wrote the Bible. His daughter Wisdom wrote Proverbs. Oh, I see. So I should read all of Proverbs. I'm definitely gonna read it. It says here, the righteous one takes note of the house of the wicked and brings the wicked to ruin. Whomever trusts their ears to the cry of the poor will also cry out and not be answered. Wow. A gift given in secret soothes anger, and a bribe concealed in the cloak pacified great wrath. When justice is done, it brings joy to the righteous, but terror to the evildoers. Whomever strays from the path of prudence comes to rest in the company of the dead. Whomever loves pleasure will become poor. Whomever loves wine and olive oil will never be rich. Ooh. So if you like to drink, you're not going to be rich. Is that what it's saying? And whomever likes pleasure. So if you like porn, if you like looking at women online, if you like being on dating sites, so you can just play around with all these women. If you like going to strip clubs, pleasure, right? Ooh. A person who is like that will become poor. Okay. Let me keep on. The wicked become a ransom for the righteous, and the unfaithful for the upright. Better to live in a desert than with a quarrelsome and nagging wife. What are you saying? We shouldn't be nagging? I feel some type of way. The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp dirt down. I feel some type of way. Whomever pursues righteousness and love finds life. So whomever do the right thing and follows their heart will find life, prosperity, and honor. So the life instruction here is very clearly. All you have to do in life is do the right thing and follow your heart. This is nice. And welcome in India. Kumar. I would love to go to India. I'm gonna go one day. One who is wise can go up against the city of the mighty and pull down the stronghold in which they trust. Those who guard their mouth and their tongues keep themselves from calamity. So you have to be careful the things that you say so that you don't live a life of misery. It says here, be careful with the things that you say. The proud and arrogant person mockers in his name behaves with insolent fury. The craving of a sluggard will be the death of him, because his hands refuse to work. So what does that mean? If you're lazy, you're not getting anywhere? Is that what they're saying? All day long, he craves for more, but the righteous give without sparing. The sacrifice of the wicked is distasteful. How much more so when brought with evil intent? Oh, it says the sacrifice of the wicked is detestable. How much more so when brought with evil intent? A false witness will perish, but a careful listener will testify successfully. So it says here a false witness. It's like, stop lying on people and the things that they do. The wicked put up a bold front, but the upright give thought to their ways. There is no wisdom, no insight, no plan that can succeed against the Lord. The horse is made ready for the day of battle, but victory rests with the Lord. So victory is with the Lord, with God, and this is just telling you to do the right thing and follow your heart. Do things with your heart. Follow your heart, right? With love. I think we made a video and we spoke about this. For sure. Okay, so it says here, God, not earthly rulers, has ultimate authority over world events. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I think what I read, the message I read yesterday, I didn't highlight it. I forgot. Oh, and I forgot. So God has the saying in this world. Don't think that, politicians and all these worldly leaders, that they have the last word. No, they do not. Although they may not have realized it, the earth's most powerful king have always been under God's control. People may mistakenly think they're doing what is right, but God sees the motive behind their actions. We often have to make choices in areas where the best action is difficult to discern. We can help ourselves make such decisions by trying to identify our motives first and then asking, will God be pleased with my real reason for doing this? God is not pleased when we do good deeds only to serve our own interests. Ooh. All right, so let's talk about that. So sometimes, or most of the time, you think you're doing the right thing. And when I say this, it's like, oh, I'm not going to get any karma. Nothing's going to happen to me because I'm doing the right thing. But if you're doing the right thing for your selfish gains, so God doesn't look at what you're doing. He sees he just went over my head. He just sees the intention behind what you're doing. For example, Marcus says it's an introduction to God and his family. Wisdom isn't just smart, but is an actual person. So for example, you're dating this woman, right? Since this live is focused on men, but it could be either way. You start dating or going out or marry this person, right? Let's not be gender thing. This person. And you're doing all the right things. You get her a ring, you treat her well. But your intentions, right? The reason why you're being nice to the person is because for some reason, let's say this woman has a company and you want a position in that company. And by marrying her, you're going to get a position to this company, but you don't love this woman. You're not doing anything wrong to the eyes of the people because you're giving her flowers, you're being nice to her, you're doing all the right things, right? You're not harming her, you're not cheating on her, you're not doing anything. But the intention behind you marrying or being with this person was wrong. So God doesn't see what you're doing or the action. He doesn't care about that. He cares about the intention behind the action. The reason why, right? The reason in your heart why you're doing that. You're with this person. You're not with them because you love them. It's different when you're a good person, right? You're doing all the right things. You really love this person and want to do right with them and want to grow with them. It's very different than you doing all the right things, being with this person, but the intention behind it is because you want to be a part of this company. I hope you got it, right? So God doesn't look at what you're doing. He looks at the intention behind what you're doing. You need to do everything that you do should be the right thing and should be coming from the heart. I like it. I like Proverbs 21. I like it. This is nice. I need to stop. It says, our good deeds and offerings are not bribes to make God overlook